Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So we're going to be discussing about the DAX. As we discussed already, DAX is there to enhance the data model, right? So to enhance the data model, so creating some new information. Sometimes the customer is going to be giving me some table, right? So for example, I have some employee table. I have some columns over there. So with the existing data, existing column, so I can create only 80% of the reports, right? They may give me employee ID, they may give me employee name, they may give me employee salary, employee bonus, right? Something, employee date of joining or employee uh, city, like that. They will give me some data. So using this data, 80% of the reports can be created very, very easily. But 20% of the reports, based on their requirements, for that, you have to create a new information. So existing columns, existing data is not sufficient. So that is what is called enhancing the data model means existing the data is not at all, sufficient to create 100% of your reports. You have the salary, bonus, date of joining, but one of the reports saying that tell me the what is the total tax paid, but where is the tax column in this table? You don't have the tax column in this table. But when I ask the customer, he is saying whatever be the salary that they're drawing, 18% will be the tax that they have to pay. So when they say like that, I have to create a new column. So I need to create a new column. So say call a tax column. The formula which I'm going to be writing salary into 18 by 100. So salary into 18 by 100. So this will give me some data. So based on this data, I can have a grand total. I will be able to find out what is the tax. Now, this report you can achieve when you have the new column, but this column is not coming from the source, right? Source has only employee ID, name, salary, bonus, or you wanted to have net salary. So net salary is not available, right? Net salary can be salary plus bonus, right? So these are separate columns. I need to take this column and do some operation and store the data, right? So this is what is called enhancing data modeling. Enhancing data modeling means you have to create new information, or the you need to create new columns as per the requirement. 80% of the reports can be created with the existing columns or existing informations only, but 20% of the reports cannot be created with existing information. So that is where you are going to be using what is called as a extra information, or you have to create some kind of a formulas, right? So create a new information, create a new formula is called as a DAX. DAX data means it is a new language which is part of the Excel, which is part of even SSAS cubes, and which is part of your Power BI as well. So create a new column. So what all we can do with the DAX? There are three things that you can do. One is called you can create a new column. So new column means I have given you a tax or the a net salary, blah blah blah. So stores the data in the RAM. So need to have the RAM space. So you need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns plus extra tax column and net salary plus 2 columns data also you need to have it. When you have 1 million data, 1 million data with the 5 rows and 1 million data with the 7 rows, definitely more and more, right? So when you go in for a new column, so DAX can be created with the help of a new column, stores the data in the RAM, and need to have the RAM space. That is one thing that we need to talk about. The next one, we can create a DAX, create a new measure or the aggregations. What I'm trying to tell you, I wanted to, create what is called as a formula. So sometimes I wanted to get some customized data. For example, I have 10, I have 20, I have 30. So I wanted to know what is the sum 10 plus 20, 30, 30 plus 30, 60. This is the sum of the column name. So the sum can be automatically done. But I wanted to create a measure. Measure means a formula. I would like to create a formula in that I wanted to take the first value and last value and do the plus operation. So 10 plus 30 is equivalent to 40. Whatever be the reason, I need to get one grand total like this. Now, you have to write your own formulas, right? You need to write your own formulas. For example, there is some operation anybody can do within all the date. So what is the requirement here? The requirement here is that people have to get the first, data, last data, and do some operations on that. How do you eliminate the remaining data and do some kind of a summary operations on that? So this is what is called complex aggregations. Complex aggregations are the formulas. So in this case, we are not going to be storing any data permanently, but we are going to be storing only the formula. But in this case, we are going to be storing the data. We are going to be storing the data. In this, we are going to be, only creating the formula. No space is needed. Sometimes you create a column in the table. So that is what the DAX can do. Sometimes you have some data. You wanted to get some aggregations. Aggregation means I'm talking about a measure. So I wanted to get the grand total. Grand total you can get it when you drag and drop the column itself. Automatically grand totals are created, but I wanted to get the first first value, last value, and I wanted to know the sum. But if you wanted to know the sum, the ready-made sum operation cannot be used. You need to write, own formula. So that is when we're going to be creating a measure. Measure is the formula. New column is the data. New column is the column. It is going to be taking the data, but measure is not going to be taking the data. It is going to be only having the formula. Whenever you, execute this, then it is going to be going the first row and last row, get the data, do some operations, and it's going to be displaying the grand total. Or it could be any other operation. You want to do plus minus into any operation that you wanted to do, you can do it. So new measure is nothing but a formula, but new column is going to be occupying the RAM space. Now the next one, sometimes you also create a table. So why is that we need to create a table? Where exactly we're going to be creating a table, we'll discuss. Now DAX can be implemented either by creating a new column. So in this case, you are going to be having the space in the RAM. That is the negative point. The second one is called create a new measure or the aggregation. In this, what is it going to be doing? You're only creating a formula and using it. No space is needed. But remember, so this will, when you create a new measure or new calculation, so it is going to be, performance wise slow. So that is one disadvantage here, right? So when you create anything in the Power Pivot and try to use it, so definitely you will have a lot of performance issues. So many Power BI developers will say you must reduce this kind of a formulas. Okay, so better you can use the Power Query and perform some kind of a aggregations or the case statements. Whatever you wanted to implement or you can implement, the better you can implement in Power Query. If not, then the last choice you can go and write some kind of a expressions. Clear? Now again, creating a table is, we may do it, but this is also not recommended. Performance wise, these are completely bad. So bad performance it will give you, bad performance it will give you. So creating a table here may be good when you wanted to deal with the dim timetable and all, but definitely it is going to be creating a lot of temporary tables inside. You don't understand what I'm saying now. But when we deal with the creating table, you understand. So performance wise, this feature is not very good, and performance wise, even this feature is not very good. So doing all these things in the Power Query means I'm talking about ETL. While doing ETL operation, whatever you wanted to create, you wanted to create a new table, you better create a new table and use it, but not with these things. So but create a column, we cannot avoid sometimes, this is also you can perform with the Power Query, but if not, sometimes we have to come here, we will be able to do it. So always remember, so when you do anything here, performance wise, you're going to be hitting the application will take a lot of time. but you can implement with the Power Query. If not, if not able to implement with the Power Query, then come and discuss and come and create the same thing in the create a new column, create a new measure, create a new table, right? So that is what is the important thing. So that is what I wanted to tell you guys. And right, so now I wanted to add those points as well, performance points, right? So calculate columns, calculate. So DAX measures I'm talking about. DAX calculations means nothing but aggregations, okay? Aggregations or DAX creating new tables, right? All these things are performance wise very, very bad, okay? Bad for the performance, okay? Remember that. So what is the solution then? So what is the solution? Solution implement, okay? Solution is implement the same, whatever you wanted to implement the same in the Power Query always, okay? It will give you better performance. It will give you better performance. So this is one important, creating a calculation, segregation, new tables, better for the performance. So the better solution is implement the same thing in the Power Query. So that will give you very, very good performance. So this will be giving you very, very good performance. So that is what is very, very important. So people may ask you this kind of a small questions. You should be able to answer them in the interview. Sure. Now, I wanted to open the Power BI and I wanted to show you how to deal with the DAX, right? So DAX is simple mathematical expressions. C equals to A plus B. Now tell me, is it very complicated query? It is not very complicated one, very, very simple one. I wanted to go to Excel workbook. So, or I can click on this, get the Excel workbook. So I wanted to go and get the data. So from this Power BI source data, guys, tomorrow morning 9:30, we are going to be having SSIS class. Okay, live class will be there, and we were only selling the recorded videos. Since I have some time now, so I'm conducting SSIS live classes. It will be for 25 days. Okay, so if you learn SSIS, ADF you can learn within 1 week, because ADF is completely fast forwarded Azure Data Factory, which is fast forwarded of SSIS. In SSIS, you will be able to do one task in, like this. In ADF, simply click mark. So, but you don't understand how ADF is working. So SSIS is on-premises, ETL software. And, ADF is a cloud-based ETL software. Many companies are asking ADF and SSIS now. And we are having, don't jump into ADF. Don't jump into ADF. If the companies need it, you can also say, ADF, even though you did not learn ADF, but you can buy my ADF videos. I have conducted ADF classes, also recorded the videos. If anybody needs anytime ADF, you can just, watch VDF for 1 week. You will become very, very strong in ETL, right? But Power Query is not very good ETL software. The basic ETL operations we can do. Even ADF also, it is ETL tool, but you don't understand what exactly ETL it is doing. But ETL concept you will be able to understand, either you learn SSIS or Informatica, right? All these are purely ETL tools, very complicated tools. But Informatica is gone already into the market. So it is gone 10 years back, not now. Okay, so tomorrow morning 9:30, we are going to be starting SSIS. And if you have a bandwidth means if you have some time, so this is also drag and drop software. You can just attend the live classes, and as usual, remaining Power BI and SQL you can practice. So most of the things you can complete. After SSIS, you take the data warehousing videos and watch. Data warehousing will be for 5 to 7 days. SSIS will be for 25 days. Okay. So if you wanted to attend, so tomorrow morning 9:30, it is going to be starting, IST. So you can enroll for this if you have the bandwidth, if you have the time, right? So that is important. So anyhow, If you don't have a time, then you can plan for the next month batch. I don't know whether next month we'll have the live batch or not. As of now, I have some time. They have, just planned just 1 week back only. So it is not planned before. Since I have some time, I'm starting, but I'm not guaranteed that it will be there in the next month. Okay, you plan accordingly and learn. So Power BI, SSIS, and ADF, if the customer needs, you can learn within 1 week. I'm telling you, it is dead easy. So, but don't jump into ADF directly, right? When you know SSIS, ADF is very, very, very easy. Sure. Okay. Now I wanted to open employee file. I wanted to get the department table, employee table, load the data. Now you have employee table. So normally we see the data modeling, right? It is 1-to-M relationship, but it is automatically created. Now I have some department table, employee table. Where exactly you're going to be creating a DAX means, first you need to click on this table, step number 1. Then step number 2, you have to go here. Okay, when you go, you will be able to know this is what is called a DAX window. This is what is called DAX window, creating a calculations or writing some expressions. There are new measure. So quick measure, forget about it now. Let us discuss later. New column or a new table. So these are the DAX. DAX can be created. DAX means writing some expressions or calculations or some code you wanted to implement, right? So you need to click on the table. Step number 2, go here, data view. You will be able to write the DAX here, or you can also write the DAX. When you click on this, you should also write the DAX here. So you can also write the DAX here. So when you go here, there is a calculation. So DAX also can be implemented either in this window or in this window. In this only you have new measure, quick measure, new column, new table is not there. Right? When you click on this, you will get 3 things. One is called new measure, new column, new table, everything you can create. So DAX can be implemented in this and in this, remember. Okay. So I wanted to click on this. I wanted to implement the calculations. Now I wanted to know what is the salary, right? And plus bonus, right? Salary plus bonus, I have it here. And I wanted to apply net salary. How to do that? So I need a new column because I need to have the separate column over there. New column I would like to create. Click on this. Now the DAX formula you should be able to write in this. This is what is called DAX formula bar. So this is where you can write it. So what you do, you can increase this font. How to increase? So press the control and scroll up. When you scroll up, it will give you the bigger window when you click on this, right? So scroll down, scroll up after pressing the control, scroll up, scroll down. You will be able to increase and decrease, and you can also click on this. So what is it I wanted to do here? I wanted to do a simple, what is the column name? Column name, I'll say net salary. Okay, net salary, I would like to have it. Now it will be salary. When you say salary, automatically this will give you like this, employee plus next column will be the bonus column. So wherever there is a bonus column, it is going to come. No, sorry, bonus, right? So it is going to be taking this and press enter. When you press enter, you will be able to get one more column. So this is what is called calculated column, or a derived column, or a DAX column, or a expression you have written. So what is the expression? Employee salary plus employee bonus is the expression. So this is the DAX column name. So this is a DAX column name. And this is going to be taking this data and performing the operation. Now all this data along with the table, this is the table, along with this table, this data, completed data is going to be stored where? All the data now is there in the RAM, right? So whenever you create a new column, you have to know that it is going to be occupying a lot of space. Now I wanted to I wanted to create. So let us set tax. How do you get the tax? Tax will be on the salary. 18% of the tax will be calculated. So how to go about it? So first you need to go to the table, click on this. Now you need to say new column. So new column is there, right? I would like to click on the new column. Now column name, you can give tax. Tax is equivalent to salary. Which salary? Salary, there are two salaries now, net salary and salary. This is a DAX column. On the DAX column also, you can create one more DAX, right? DAX means some expression. So I would like to take the salary into 18 by 100. 18 by 100. So that is the formula and press enter. When you press enter, the DAX value is calculated, right? So DAX value is calculated. Now I wanted to give the final salary or the, the credited salary. Salary minus tax is equivalent to the final salary or the grand salary. I wanted to again click on this. Now click on this. Now click on this. You will be able to get new column. So in that, the final salary or the net or the grand salary, grand total. Okay. The final salary, whatever you want to have, that salary will be net salary. What is the net salary? Net salary means what? Net salary minus the tax. So net salary minus what? Tax, TAX tax. When you say tax, employee tax will be there. Now this will be the grand salary or the final salary each employee is going to be getting. Now customer may give you salary only, customer may give you bonus only, but using this I have derived net salary first. This is one derived column, or you can say new column. Again, using the salary, I have derived the tax column. Now I said net salary minus tax is equals to grand salary. Like that, you will be able to create a lot of values. Now you wanted to create a lot of reports on this. How do you create a report? Now you can simply go there. Now you should be able to have grand salary here, net salary and a tax. Now we can create whatever you wanted to create, right? So I wanted to have what is the normal salary. Normal salary, drag and drop this salary. This is the normal salary. Now I wanted to go and have some effects over there. And I wanted to control C and control V. We can copy and paste and go and delete this. I would like to have also, bonus. Where is the bonus? Total bonus will be given to you. This is the total bonus. I wanted to have this one plus this one. So control C and control V and simply take like that. And I wanted to go and delete this. Now this plus this is equivalent to net salary. I can say 153 plus 16. Okay, you will be able to get some of net salary, right? Like that, you will be able to get. Now you wanted to display the tax as well. So drag and drop tax. So you can get the tax column. So drag and drop the tax and you will be able to get like this. So whatever you wanted, this is the net salary. And after that, you can also get, one more grand salary after minus tax. Okay. This is the net salary minus this is the tax, right? So this value minus this value is equivalent to this value, right? So all these things you can implement like that. All of them are the measures. By default, you are going to be using some operation, right? So what is operation which is going to be performing? So when you drag and drop the card visualization, which is going to be performing these operations, right? I wanted to know sum of salary as well as control C and control V. Control C and control V. I wanted to also get the average. How do you get the average? Click on this. Go here, click on the average salary. So average salary for the guy is that, this 4.39K is the average salary. Okay. So that is what you wanted to get. So Arinath is asking, sir, how to get the grand salary without having net and tax columns. So you cannot get it, right? You need to have that. Otherwise, you will not be able to get it, or write your own formula. So that we can discuss later. So without having this also you can get it. So he's asking, sir, I don't need salary bonus, salary plus bonus equal to net salary. But without having net salary, I wanted to create bonus and this one. So there is a formula that we are going to be using, sum x. Okay, sum x. In that we are going to be writing this. What is the writing? So we'll say salary plus bonus. Okay, from the table called employee table. So there is a DAX, formula docs, DAX function is available, sum x. With the help of that, you can say salary plus bonus, and without creating a net salary, you will be able to create. This we'll discuss later. Okay, Harina, no worries. Sure, but I have created now net salary. I'm able to get it. Now, whatever you want to get it, you need to create. So you know that different things are available. This is original data, right? Original data. But if you see, you will be able to get one table and sigma. This is what is called it is not the original data coming from the source. This is what a new column you have created. So that is what you got to understand. Am I clear? That's what. Did you understand how to create a new column or the new formulas? But remember, if you wanted to create anything, so instead of doing it here, you better go to the Power Query. You can implement this kind of a simple things in the Power Query. That is what is recommended. So how to implement everything in the Power Query? You can go to transform data. See now what happens. I have created all these columns, right? Tax column, blah, 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 right? When I go to transform data, it is going to be having only the original data. Now you see employee ID, employee name, department ID, salary, bonus, gender, and city and date of joining. You don't get the DAX data here because DAX is created inside the RAM, right? So it is after uploading the data, you're going to be creating the DAX and everything. Those columns are not going to come here. So what many people say, if you can create something here, you better create. For example, salary plus bonus, you can create as a net salary. The better you don't go and create it there. So let me just go there and just remove this net salary and everything from it. Whatever you can do it from there, the better you can do it from there. Right? Let me delete this because it will. So a lot of things we can create from there itself, right? So let me just go there and click on this and delete it. Okay, delete it. Or you can also go to the tax column and right click on this and delete from the model. So that is how you can delete this. Grand salary also you can just go there and delete this. Okay, so these are good. But if you can create all these columns in the Power Query, the better go there and do it. So you need to click on this view and go for the transform data. Now you better can create all these columns here itself, so that is the better way to do that. So I have now salary plus bonus. How to create a new column? We know we can create, add a column, right? So there is a custom column. Custom column we can create. So in this we'll say net salary, right? So net salary is equivalent to salary, double click on this, plus bonus. This will be the best one. Double click on this. This is the M language expression I have written. Now I'm able to get the net salary and provide appropriate data type. Okay, appropriate data type. So otherwise it's going to create a lot of issues. Now what is happening here, you understand, whenever there is a null, any value plus null is equivalent to null, right? So before doing this, you need to replace wherever there is a null, replace with 0. Then only you don't get any kind of an issues. Now how do you replace the date? So we know that we need to click on this. Now go to transform. And before doing these operations, what I wanted to do, I deleted this, go to bonus and replace values wherever there is a null. Replace with 0 first. Okay, replace with 0. Then you go to add a column. So go to custom column and you should be able to get the net salary. Okay, so why we are creating? Because even though in the DAX we should be able to create, but Microsoft strongly recommends that if you can create with the help of this, you better achieve this. And if not, go there and create it, right? So when you go here, when you go to home, when you see the data, it is giving you net salary. Now change the data type. If you don't have the proper data type, it will create a lot of other issues later. Now, this is what is the net salary I have created. Everything is fine, right? So like that again, tax I have to derive. So what is the tax? How do you get the tax? Again, go to add column and I wanted to get the custom column. Tax column, I wanted to derive tax is equivalent to salary into 18 by 100. So something like that. I wanted to have the date salary multiplied by 18 by 100. I'm able to get this. Now just go there and have the decimals and everything. So all these columns you should be able to derive and go to home, click on close and apply. So this is the better way to do that. So if not, if something you cannot achieve means the better, then you will be able to go to the DAX and write the complex formula. But otherwise, simple things you can implement as it is here. So you have created a net salary and a tax, but it is giving you, this kind of a symbols. Net salary means you can aggregate the data. So this three columns got derived, got created where in the Power Query itself. This is what is called recommended one. Okay. Now, later, if you want to create net salary, you can simply drag and drop this net salary. We can have it. So drag and drop this. Clear? But if you think that you need some currency symbols, for example, I want to show this data in the all this data, wherever there is a sigma, by default, which is the measurable data, you can have some currency symbols. So not here, you need to go and implement the currencies. Click on this bonus. Now, when you click on this, it will give you dollar and percentages and comma. How is that you want to have? How many decimals you need? So I wanted to just go there and implement this is the Indian English rupees, something like that. So Bangla English, some Indian symbol you can have it, right? So let me choose this. So wherever you're dragging and dropping, it is going to be giving you this. Now this is implemented. Now go to salary, right? Go to the salary. You can also implement. So Bangla. So automatically it comes. You should not implement it here. You need to click on this. Now click on the tax column. Just go there and implement this. So whenever you drag and drop this, it is going to be giving you net salary, right? Net salary. I'll just go there and click on this and recently used one. So you have to implement how many decimals you need. 2 decimals are there. So you wanted to, stay with the 0 decimals. You can just have it. So you can just go there. So if you don't have any decimals, fine. But if you have a decimal that you wanted to, go truncate and apply by default on this column, what is the operation which can be performed to sum? This can also, you can, make it to average. So whenever you drag and drop bonus column, only average will be given by default. But if you wanted to make it to sum, you can make it to sum. So like that, whatever you wanted to do on this column, you can just click on this column. You will get this window, column tools, and you will be able to have decimal numbers and format, which currency, whatever you wanted to have, decimal number, whole number, what is the format, summarization on this column by default, summing operation. So the data, uncategorized. This will discuss later. And if you want to sort the data groups, lot of things we can apply on this date. Clear? So all these things are very much important. So whenever you drag and drop, now the bonus wherever in the page number 1, page number 2, every time when you drag and drop, automatically these currency symbols are going to be there. So how to get the currency symbols? Click on this. Now you go and change it here. You need to click on this, go and change it here. You need to click on this, go and change it here, right? So this is what. So now, instead of doing it in the DAX level, I'm able to create. Now, again, you will be able to get the net salary. If you want to get the net salary, you can get it. So tax column, tax value, if you want to get it. So taxes also can be prepaid. So apply this, everything is fine. So this will give you better performance. This will be occupying more space, and the DAX is also occupying more space, but both of them are available. But which one you need to use means, now as you performance wise, definitely Power Query level creating, is always, better than the creating in the DAX level. Sure. Now, that is one thing I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, so store the data in the RAM and need to have the RAM space. And the Power Query also, you need to have the RAM space and create a new measure that we'll discuss later. So, couple of example I have given, right? So, what is the DAX? DAX will be a functional language given by Microsoft. This DAX language is there in Excel is also it is available. Okay, it is not only here. Excel Power Pivot. In the Power Pivot of Power BI, it is available. And it is also available in your SSAS cube, tabular model cube. Right, remember. So tabular model cube, whenever we implement this, in this also, we can write a language called DAX language, which is a functional language. So functional language means which is going to be having a lot of functions, existing columns, constant DAX functions, operators. This is what we're going to be using. And this is a functional language. A lot of functions we're going to be implementing as part of the DAX. And DAX can be implemented in Excel, Power Pivot, and Power BI, Power Pivot, and SSAS tabular model cube whenever you create. And if you wanted to create a complex aggregations and everywhere, so DAX can be implemented. So DAX is the functional language. That means it is going to be having a lot of functions. Function means a lot of programs. Okay, so that you can use to perform some activities very, very easily. For example, I wanted to use a sum. There's a function called sum. Automatically, when you supply the column value here, all the data will be taken from the column value and it is going to be performing a summing operation. The sum is what is called a function, right? So that is what function-based program, and which is very, very easy, which is not case sensitive. When you compare with M language is case sensitive, but DAX language is not a case sensitive language. We will also see the differences. Clear? Now, calculations are done in the each row level. Space is needed in the RAM for the new column. So now I wanted to simply go and create some more values there. So what is that I would like to create? I wanted to get if the department ID equals to 20, then increase the salary by 1,000. So that is one requirement. What is the requirement? So the customer is saying if the department ID is equivalent to 10, then salary will be plus 1,000. Otherwise, it will be the salary only, right? So this is one condition I wanted to write. So I wanted to go to new column. You can also implement in the Power Query, or you can write this here. So what is it is revised salary. Revised salary. What is the condition? I will write some condition. If is the function. We will talk about if later. Don't worry about it. All these things we'll discuss. So function means you need to open the bracket, close the bracket. If department ID is equivalent to 10, comma. So if is the function, you need to write some condition. What is the condition I'm writing? If the department ID equals to 10, if this is a true, you need to write something, else you need to write something. But this part is there in the bracket. What is the meaning? This is not at all required. This is not at all required. If something is there, you need to do whatever you would like to do. I would like to say whatever be the salary that is there plus 1,000. Else it is only the salary. So press enter. That's it. So now you see the revised salary. So what is the salary? 1,200 rupees, right? But if the department ID equals to 10, if the department ID equals to 10, his salary plus 1,000. So you can see his salary plus 1,000 means 5,700. But this is wrong. This is wrong. Why? Department ID is not. So you're able to get the same salaries here. Have you seen this? Now for these cases, you will be able to get the same salaries. But wherever the department ID equals to 10, you are able to get this. If the condition is true, so this portion of the code will be executed. Else, if the condition is false, this portion of the code will be executed. But this is not needed. You need not write this also. If you don't write this, what will happen? What will happen? For example, I don't write this. So you can just simply press enter. So it is not giving any data. Wherever the department ID equals to 10, then it is doing. For the remaining cases, it is giving you blank. Or remaining where I would like to put 0. Remaining places, I would like to put zeros. Or remaining things, I don't want to write anything, simply close the bracket. Because if condition, if this is a true, you need to write the value, but else block, you can just leave it. Right. So wherever this is a true, only those places you will be able to get the data. Otherwise, salary plus 5,000. Okay. If the department ID equals to 10, increment by 1,000, else increment by 5,000, or increment or cut the salary by half. How do you get the salary by half? Divide by 2. So that is what we can do. If they having a department ID equals to 10, they'll increment by 1,000. Other way, cut the salary by half. So whatever be the salary by 2, or whatever be the salary. Simply, if there is no department ID 10 for this guy, so you can just give pays his salary as it is. So whatever you want to do have. Now this is what is called DAX function. So it is a DAX column name. What is this? This is what is called a function, DAX function. This is what is called a column name. What is this? This is what is called operator. Okay. What is a 10? 10 is a constant, some value, constant value, constant. So what is this? This is a column name. What is a plus? Plus is the operator, right? So what is a comma? Operator? So DAX formulas are going to have DAX functions, column names, operators, constants. All these are available in the DAX column. Clear? So DAX function will contain. So somebody's switch on the video. Who's that? Guys, make sure you're switching off the video, guys. Who's this? The chicken? So this is what you need to understand. DAX is always what? Existing columns, constants, DAX functions, operators. So DAX is a functional language, and tomorrow we will be able to create some more things, and we will also talk about a lot of other things in the tomorrow's class.